I'm making video 3, which is on the death of the ego. Now, so many people have different aspects of what this is, and I'm just giving you mine. So we are in a series right now, and this is 3 of what they don't tell you about a spiritual awakening. Because there's loneliness, you lose people, and you have death of your ego. And for me, the death of the ego was, I lived this life that I thought was true. But it was, none of it was true. It was my mother's life, my teacher's life, my dad's life, my grandparents' life, or my surrounding people's life. I did not even know that I could choose and have my own thoughts, have my own beliefs, and part of it is this ego death. Because how mine started is I went through a divorce and I looked in the mirror and I said, who are you? Like, my kids were grown, my husband's gone, and now I'm like, who am I? And everything changed. But my ego wanted to hold on so much to all of the things that I was taught as a child. You know, you have to be married forever and have a, be married for 50 years. And I seen that happening to my friends, and they were in horrible relationships, and then they would be like, oh, we're been married for 50 years, because we were grown up to believe that good marriages wasn't what we were supposed to do. We were just supposed to get to 50 years, and then you can say you had a good marriage. But these people were killing each other. That wasn't a good marriage. So that was my first belief that I dropped. And the reason why is because I was married, and I was in a horrible marriage. Not that I didn't love them, and they loved me. It was, we were wound mates. I'll talk more about that. But, so he brought my wounds out, and I brought his wounds out, and we were just both trying to find love. So this relationship wasn't gonna work, and it was all built on a false self, which is your ego. And now I'm going to find, in my own spiritual awakening, my true self. So I asked the question, universe, God, who am I? And the answers came. You are peace. You are love. You are not this relationship. You are not this job. You are not this car. You are not this house. And I lost it all. And do I feel like I died? Absolutely. That life was gone. That life was dead. And I felt like I was dying. Literally feeling like I was dying. On the other side of this, I feel amazing, like the best life ever now. But it all was a death of the old belief of how I perceived a marriage, the death of belief of how I perceived a job, the death of a belief, because that's what the death is. It's not, you're not dying, but the belief that you always believed is dying. I believed, everything my mom said, everything my husband said. I didn't even question it, but now I was questioning it and saying, well, I don't really believe that. Or, a lot of people say, well, money, people that have money are evil. Not in my experience. I've seen money that did good with it and helped people and loving. So I was being told that people were bad with money, but then I was seeing that it was having things to, it was good in my experience. And when I had money, I did good with it. So that's who I was. But I've seen a lot of people doing bad with money, and I was told, we never have enough, we never have enough. And I experienced that because I believed what they said. But some way, somehow, I've always had enough. So somewhere in my beliefs, their ego death belief, they didn't have enough. And in my belief, I chose, I always have enough. Now, I don't always have a more than enough. Well, actually I do, but not, millions. But what I'm saying is, I changed the belief about marriage. I changed the belief about money. I changed the belief about relationships. I changed the belief about my children. I changed belief about everything. Like, I totally believe that at least 88% of myself, I love myself. I actually have people say, well, you really love and care about yourself and you do what's right for yourself. And that was an ego death, because I was like pushing to do everything for everyone and thinking that, they're going to be happy. And here's the reason why I did it. I remember I would be like, well, if I do so much stuff for these people, then they're going to be happy and they're going to be loving to me. It never happened. They still today are not happy, even that I totally love myself. And then they're like, well, you love yourself? Who do you think you are? And I'm like, who do you not? Why don't you love yourself? Because you can. But it was a death in me. I was literally, people were saying, what's wrong with you? Why have you chose you? Why do you choose to believe that you don't have to stay in a marriage to be married 50 years? And I'm like, well, I'm in an abusive marriage. Shouldn't I get out? Oh no, you just stay forever. No, we're breaking that. Broke that one. We shouldn't listen to our kids. We tell them what to do. I'm like, no, I'm just going to listen to my kids, hear what they're saying, and we could work it out together. Doing that. But I wasn't. I was telling my kids what to do. I was telling my husband he was an ass. I was doing all the things that the old paradigms did, and I had to break them. And that was the death of the old me. And I am still in the process of killing my ego on money, I said something today. I said, well, I am worthy and I deserve to be treated like a queen. And the person looked at me like, you're nuts. But it's true. I deserve to be treated the way I want to be treated. And because they get treated less than what they deserve, they do deserve to be treated like whatever they want to be treated, but it's not in a good way. But they have not had that ego death yet. And I mean, sometimes my ego death has been feeling like I'm dying, like I'm sick, I'm throwing up, my body hurts. I just feel like I will die. But it's just old, stuck beliefs, energy of an old residue of old paradigms. It could have been lineage from your mom and her dad and her, you know what I'm saying, all the ancestors. But I believe that I am here in my family to be the light worker, to be the star seed, to get rid of the patterns so we can all clear it up for my next generations, my grandkids, because I already have grandkids, and then their kids and their kids, and it's already changing us. I've seen changes in myself, my kids, my grandkids, and my parents. So I've seen all this working. Now, a little bit, people get it a little bit easier, and some, they have to do some more work on it. But we need to ask ourselves, what do we believe? And then if we want to believe a different from it, then we're going to feel like it's an ego death. Because I'm 56, so say 40, I decided to have a spiritual awakening. So from 40 years, I believed the same shit that everybody else did. And now I'm like, oh, I don't have to believe this. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. And then I was bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh my God, I can change my life. You have got to die. You have got to die. But it tried to hang on. Stuff that you try to get rid of, which is your ego, tries to hang on. And the reason it does is for safety. Because you feel safe in a relationship that's abusive because that's all you've known. So when you get out into a relationship and you're feeling so yummy and you're having the great life, then a part of you inside, your unconscious, is still saying, well, this is scary. I don't know what we're doing here. This is not a relationship. We're used to being hit and told what to do and treated like shit. That's the old paradigm, and we have to keep pushing and pushing to the new paradigm, to the new belief, so we can get rid of this one. And this is the death of that. So it's like the old you has to die to become the new you. And I'm in this process right now. I am like moving up to a higher frequency to bring in more abundance, more freedom, more whatever I'm wanting in my life, and to a higher standard. And I am letting go of some stuff. I'm waking up in the middle of the night crying. I'm being aware of things that I'm not usually aware of or I haven't dealt with during my earlier spiritual awakening, and this is what happens. But the best thing is like, I woke up this morning, I was so sad, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do a meditation on sadness. So I looked it up, I brought it in, I put it in the earphones, and I said, I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to be sad. It was amazing. I cried, and then here's what it is. The ego part of that sadness, of that belief, was dying. And now, will it come back? Maybe, but not so strong, not so much. I'll get rid of it quicker. Instead of crying for 2 hours, I might cry for 5 minutes. I'll recognize it like, oh, that's just that way of thinking, that's just that thought, that's just that feeling, and say, oh, okay, I don't have to feel that way anymore. I can feel this way. I believe this way now. It's amazing. It is work. That's why they call it shadow work. I know I get heat. People actually tell me, well, you're telling people to quit your jobs. You're telling people to do this. No, I'm telling you that if you do the shadow work on yourself, reflection on yourself, and get rid of the old patterns, the new you comes through, and you do not even know what it can bring. I always think, well, this is what's going to happen, and it's 10 times better. 10 times better. Because if you move, God moves. If you move one step, God moves 10. You move one step, God moves 10. So if you've moved 2 steps, God's moved you 20 because you're doing the work. And now you're working for Him. You are being light worker, which is you carrying a light to show other people, and now you're lighter. You're lighter in your body. Like, I've worked with people that's lost 30 pounds because wasn't even on a diet. They just got rid of stuck emotions. The old ego had to die. So the new you, the true you, can come out. Because it is the true you. Once you get rid of all that bullshit, just like material things. I love material stuff. I will walk away from every bit of it. It doesn't matter to me. None of this matters to me. But do I have it? Sure, I love it. I love the beauty. I love to make things look pretty. But if a different opportunity comes up, I gave away houses, I gave away all my stuff, and I will give this stuff away. Because this material stuff does not matter to me. I matter to me. People matter to me. Loving, caring, compassion, health, security, freedom, that matters to me. I can buy another computer, another desk, another chair. None of that matters to me. I even said I might be moving here, and a lady said, well, you would leave your beautiful house. Oh my God, there's other beautiful houses. And what if I left this beautiful house and got a better, beautiful house? But you have to let go of the ego to get the bigger, better things. And you don't even know it's coming. I did not believe that I would get this big of a house that I'm in now. So if I stepped up from this house, I'm going into a mansion. And that's how I'm feeling. Not that I'm wanting it, not I'm chasing a mansion, I'm not. I'm chasing the shadow work. I'm getting rid of the old beliefs that saying I can't have it, I'm not good enough, I don't love myself, you should treat me like a dog. I'm getting rid of all those old beliefs and becoming the true believer of me. God says, you can have everything that you desire, and I want to give it to you. Can you receive it? Woo! I love this one. Thank you so much for listening. This is a good, yummy ego death. If you want to do this, this will be amazing. If you need help, let me know. Put the links in about manifesting, about my life coaching, all that stuff. But it is amazing. Just do the work. You're going to feel the feelings, and then life will bring you everything you want. I promise you. Love you. I'll see you in a couple days with a new, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about next time, but this ego death was good. I have 3 other ones that are in my playlist, and I will link it here, there, somewhere. Love you. Bye.